If you love fish pie but haven't even made any pastry in your entire life, then this video is for you. I'm gonna be showing you how to make the best fish pie ever. To my returning viewers, thank you, and to my new viewers, welcome to Inspired by JI, where I share curated food content and lifestyle. So for this, we'll be needing 500 grams of flour, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, and 136 gram of butter. As you can see, what you aim to achieve at this stage is to have a perfectly textured flour mixture with butter. Make sure you mix your butter evenly. As you can see, mine, I'm gonna be adding half teaspoon of baking powder and then mix thoroughly. You want to ensure that whatever you're adding at this stage is evenly distributed. I'm gonna be using 2 eggs for this. I'll break my egg in a plate and I'm gonna add some milk. I'm using cold milk. I'll make emphasis on using cold milk, and I also use some cold butter. You don't want to use melted butter or warm milk. Everything you're using at this stage should be cold. It's gonna help give you this nice consistency and this flaky feeling when you're eating your fish pie. And it also helps to keep the butter solid until it's in the oven. Butter to melt in the oven, not while you're mixing this. If you don't get to use cold milk and butter, your butter will melt quickly into the flour and it will give you this tough and dense crust when you bake. And if you notice what I did here, I didn't pour all my mixture at once. I kept adding consistently till I got the desired texture I want. You want your dough to look exactly like this. And please do not over knead your dough at this point. So I'm gonna use a cling film to perfectly seal this and set aside in the fridge for about 1 hour. And the next stage is making of the filling. I'm gonna use mackerel fish. You can use any fish of your choice. I'm gonna add spices, Maggi salt, all-purpose seasoning, and whatever other sauce you desire to add. Add little water and your fish is ready just within 10 minutes. I'm gonna debone this carefully because what you need to avoid is having bones in your fillings as much as possible. So once you debone this, you're just gonna crush this perfectly till it looks like this. Take out any excess bone, as you can see me doing. I'm gonna just add little oil and saute my onion. I'm using onion, red pepper, and that's all I'm gonna be needing. I'll add my deboned fish and then stir continuously. I'll be using the stock water from my fish and just add a little here. I didn't add more spices after this because that was already spicy enough for me. You don't want it too spicy because remember you added some salt to your dough. And just take this aside and let it cool for some minutes. If you observe closely, there's not much water or oil in this. Then let's go back and take out our dough from the fridge. As you can see, it's looking perfect. I'm going to be using flour as my anti-stick agent. Most people prefer using flour and others prefer using oil. Whichever you use, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to be cutting my dough into smaller sizes because I can't knead this all at the same time. You could cut yours into any desired shape, your size you want. And as you can see, my dough consistency is perfect. It's not sticky, it's not too hard, it's not watery, just perfect the way I want it. This is why it's important to use cold butter and milk once again. So I'm gonna knead this as flat as possible. You want this very thin, at the same time you don't want it too light. I'll show you the consistency I use in this video. And just cut these into a square shape or rectangle shape, whichever come out nice for you. So you want it to be this thin. As you can see, I'm gonna show you how thin it is in another part where I'm kneading. So this is how you keep doing this. Cut each edge carefully. You don't want to make a rough shape, you want to make an even shape all through. So yeah, this is what we get, a perfect shape. Now I'm gonna take my fillings and I'm just gonna add it this way. As you can see, the filling is now a little bit cold or warm. Then this is the part you need your skills most especially. So you need to carefully roll this When I mean carefully roll this because you want it to come out perfectly fine. And if your dough is not well kneaded, or if you use warm milk, you won't be able to do this at this stage. So once I rolled up to this stage, I'm gonna add some egg mixture just to form like a seal. This will help me to perfectly seal it and prevent it from opening while in the oven. So yeah, this is it. So perfect. You might not get the roll perfect as you can see here, but all you just have to do is to cut off the edge as I did, and you got the perfectly rolled fish pie. I'm gonna cut this to my desired size. You could make yours a little bit smaller or even longer than mine, and that's perfectly okay. Guys, take a look at this. Do you know, at this point I was already craving for this, even though I know it's not yet ready. So let's go to the next stage. So yeah, this is how you want yours to be. If you've watched to this point and you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel. This rolling part is an important skill that everyone needs to get right, because if you don't roll this perfectly, what will happen is you can get a good roll but it will be inconsistent in shape. So I'm just gonna add my egg seal again. As you can see here, you can press onto it to make sure it's perfectly sealed, and then cut into your desired size again. Another good tip is you can use one cut, as you see me doing, to measure the shape if you want all the shape to be the same. Guys, just take a look at this. This is so good. So I'm gonna put this ready to bake. So I'm gonna use some egg to give it this coat, and what this egg wash does is it gives it this golden shining color when baked. I used 200 degrees for 4 to 5 minutes and it came out just fine. Oh my god, guys, look at this. This is homemade fish pie and it's looking so yummy, and I was really tempted to eat all of this while making this video, but then again, look at this. Look at that flaky feeling. Look at that perfectly baked fish pie. If you've enjoyed this video to this point, please like, share and subscribe. Bye.